Hey guys, so today I've got my October favorites for you. I can't believe it's the end of October, but here we are. Tomorrow is Halloween. Anyway, so I actually have a piece of clothing, I have a hair care item, I have a skincare product to talk about, and then I'll get into my makeup. So the first thing I wanted to mention is this black cardigan. I talked about this in my latest vlog, I believe. This is that black cardigan, 100% cashmere from Nap Loungewear. If you guys caught that vlog, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I have been wearing this thing non-stop. I'll flash a picture of it up here from the website because it shows it pretty clearly. But it's just an open front cardigan. It's got pockets, which are they're very low because this cardigan is very, very oversized. I got extra large in this black, and once I realized how much I love this cardigan, I actually purchased two other colors. There's one that's like a gray, and then one, I think it's called hazel, that's like a light kind of beigey color. Anyway, all neutrals. They do have some other colors on there that I think they have like a rose pink. They have one that I think is called crocodile, and it's this kind of soupy green color that I was actually very tempted by, but I just stuck with neutrals. I got those two colors in the size large because this is so oversized, which I love, but I was like, let me just try large since it is already an oversized style. Anyway, the oversized style actually brings the pockets so low that they're not really great for your hands, but they are great if you want to carry stuff around with you. So I do use it for that. But this cardigan, it's so cozy. It's so plush. It's so thick. It's 100% cashmere, so it's very warm, and it's just the coziest knit ever. And it has an all over like ribbing that, yeah, I don't think you can see it. I apologize. I don't think you can see it in this lighting because it's black. But it's this all over ribbing that's like a tuck ribbing, which makes it a very kind of thick. It's densely knit. It doesn't feel that way, but it's a densely knit kind of fabric, so there's body to it. It's just lovely. I absolutely love it. This site actually has sales quite often, so if you're looking for like a 20% off, and I think you can even get some percentage off if you just sign up for their mailing list or whatever, I'll link it down below. I'll link everything that I'm talking about down below, but I'll link this down below if you are interested. And I think they're having a sale on this particular style as well, the last time I checked. So when I purchased this, I think it was around $190, $198, something like that. And then when I purchased those two, they were having a 20% off, and it was marked down to 158 something. Such a good deal. And I actually fell asleep in this cardigan last night, and I thought for sure I was going to wake up with some pilling or some matting on the back of it. Again, you can't really see, but there's nothing, like it wears so well, and for cashmere, I think that's really wonderful. So I just wanted to mention this cardigan again because I really have been loving it. I think when I vlogged, I had the cardigan for, I don't know, about a week or so, was wearing it every day, and I thought, am I wearing this just because it's new? But I really, it's like my whoopee now. I just carry it with me everywhere. If I get a little bit chilly, I throw it on. When I have to go outside and walk the dog, I throw it on. In the mornings, it's the first thing I put on. It's like turned into my little house robe. So I just love this cardigan and wanted to share it with you guys. Oh, and I forgot to mention this in my vlog, but I did put it in my description box, that when the package arrived, it arrived from China, which I didn't realize. So they do say that shipping is gonna take 7 to 10 days. For me, it took 7 days. It only took a week. And so I was pretty impressed that it came all the way from China that quickly. But I was worried about returns. If I had to return something, did I have to return it to China? So I actually emailed them, and they have a return address in the US. If you are a resident of the US, that makes it very easy. I don't know about other countries, but if you return it, I believe you have to pay for the postage, but the return address is in the US. So I was relieved to get that response from their customer service. So anyway, that is the Nap Loungewear cardigan, and again, I'll link it down below because I don't know the exact name, but I just love it. I love it so much. Okay, next up is the hair care product I wanted to talk about, and I mentioned this in my Beautylish gift card recommendations video. I had been using it for, I don't know, maybe a month or so when I recorded that video. So I've been using this for a couple more weeks, and I just love this product more and more. This is the hair care line by Sisley. So it's the Hair Ritual by Sisley line, and this is their The Cream 230. It is the most amazing like heat protectant cream I have ever used. And I was a big fan, I still am a big fan of the Oribe Balm d'Or, but this one is just better. There's a lot of things actually that it does not claim to do that I feel like it does. So this is a restorative and thermoprotective hair and scalp cream. So it really is meant to just protect your hair from all of your heat styling products. And so I put this in after I get out of the shower when my hair is still wet. And what I'm actually surprised at, again, they don't claim this. I'm actually checking the bottle right now. They don't claim this, but my hair dries faster. I don't actually have to blow dry my hair for quite as long as I usually do. So that is definitely a plus. It definitely protects my hair from the heat because my hair is not frizzy at all after I blow dry it. And usually it is. Even with the Balm d'Or, it would be a little bit frizzy, like just that freshly blown dry kind of frizzy, not like humidity frizzy, but that kind of like wild looking hair. And I don't really have that with this. And my hair just feels so much softer, and I just think it's incredible. And I keep comparing it to the Balm d'Or. I apologize, but that's the one that I've been using the most lately. But with the Balm d'Or, I felt like I would put it in my hair while my hair was still wet. And if I didn't blow dry my hair would look really like almost greasy. Like if I put that in my hair, I had to blow dry my hair. With this product, if I put it in my hair and I don't blow dry my hair looks fine. It doesn't look greasy. It doesn't look like I put just like cream or some sort of like hair mask in my hair. This actually can be used also as like a leave-in conditioner. So it's really nice for that if you feel like, you know, just air drying your hair that day, or if you get too busy and you just don't have time to blow dry your hair, which happens to me quite often. So yeah, I've just been really loving this, and my hair just behaves when I use my heat styling products. Usually I have big swings when it comes to hair days. I have really good hair days, I feel like, and really bad hair days more often than not. But ever since I started using the Sisley products, because I've also been using the shampoo, the conditioner, I mentioned all of these in the Beautylish gift card event, and this cream, and I actually started using this balm. It's kind of like a mask, and I put it in for like 30 minutes before I get into the shower. These products have been absolutely incredible, but if I had to choose one product for you to try if you've never tried the Sisley hairline, I would say it's the Cream 230 or the Scalp Serum, which I've been talking about and using for years now. But out of the new stuff that I've been trying, I really love this cream. So highly recommend this. And then the one skincare product I wanted to mention is the Augustinus Bader The Rich Cream with TFC 8. I guess that is a proprietary little concoction of theirs. So I tried the Augustinus Bader. I think it was just the cream. I think that was the first one that came out. And I didn't like that because it's almost like I put it on my skin and it felt dry. Like my skin didn't necessarily feel dry, but the actual cream felt dry. I don't know, it was kind of strange. And then it started to separate in the bottle, and I just never really got into it. And just recently I started using the Rich Cream, I would say, well, at least a month and a half ago. I've been using this at night. And the Rich Cream is, you know, just, it doesn't feel dry for sure. It has a really kind of slick feeling to it. I think because it has squalane in it, it has that kind of a gooey feeling to it. And when I put it on my skin, I just have such a lovely glow. It's lustrous. I just feel like, yeah, I just walked out of a spa. You know, that like spa glow? That's what I feel like I have when I use this Rich Cream at night. I have also used this during the day, and I do have to kind of let it soak in before I use like SPF and then go in with makeup and everything, because I do feel like it takes a bit for it to absorb. So my preference is to use this at night, and it's been wonderful. Like I wake up and my skin is so smooth. Yeah, it's just really wonderful. I don't know what else to say. So it is the Rich Cream from Augustinus Bader. And I don't know if they changed the formula on me, but yeah, it just feels very different on the skin now. And if you tried it a long time ago, like when it was first introduced, at least in the US, and you felt the same way I did, where it was just kind of, I don't know, it just had like a velvety feeling to it, which I'm not a fan of, I would give this a shot. Maybe get a sample of this and see, because I feel like it's different. I feel like it's changed. All right, now let's get into the makeup. So if you guys are new to my channel, what I like to do for my favorites is put as many of the favorites that I'm going to be talking about on my face, and I'll do cutaways of me applying the makeup so you can see it in action. That'll give you, I think, a better idea of the actual product instead of me just sitting here rambling on and on. So foundation, what I have on my face today is the Trini London BFF Rebalance Tinted Serum. I have it in the shade Molly. I really love Trini London. I really, really love their products. I think, you know, so many of them, I'm just blown away when I use them. But when I say I was blown away when I used this tinted serum, I am not exaggerating. I was like, wow, like up close in the mirror. I kept checking myself out that day. I was like, is this thing for real? It is so, so good. And I have a little bit of powder and some other products, but basically like on my forehead, you can see the sheen that this tinted serum has. It just leaves your skin looking so like smooth and healthy, and it gives it this little bit of like radiance, but not too much. It's just like skin-like, but a little bit more, And this shade, Molly in particular, is such a good shade match for me, which, you know, of course, just makes the foundation look even better, right? Like when the shade is just spot on, this Molly shade is spot on, and they have a ton of different shades in all of their base products, but in this one as well, the BFF Rebalance. I'm just so impressed. It wears really well. It's light, it's creamy feeling, it's a joy to apply. I'm just blown away, absolutely blown away by this Trini London BFF Rebalance Tinted Serum. So that is the foundation that I have on today. And this is the only foundation that I felt like talking about today. I've been wearing the Surratt Dewdrop foundation a lot this month, but I've mentioned that in like 3 videos this month. So I'm like, you know what? They get it. I love the Surratt Dewdrop foundation. You guys understand. So I thought I would mention this Trini London tinted serum instead. Okay, powder, concealer, nothing really new there. I'm actually not wearing any concealer today. I'm wearing the LYS pressed powder. This one I've mentioned in many of my favorites. So we'll just move on. In terms of bronzer and cheek product, this is not a new product at all. And in fact, when I was preparing for my Beautylish gift card event recommendations video, I was surprised that this product was still in stock because it came out this past spring, I believe, and it was limited edition, and I thought for sure it was sold out already. But this is the By Terry Brightening CC palette in number 2 Beach Balm. And I have this bronze on today, and it's just, I mean, all the products in here are just wonderful, but I decided to use the bronze because I had other products to share with you. But this palette is so incredible. I love the texture of the powders, very, very fine, very, very soft, and they all have like a creamy kind of satin sheen to them, nothing extra glowy. The highlight has a little bit of extra glow on top of the 2 blushes and the bronzer, but nothing is too, there's no like micro glitters or anything like that. So I have this bronze pretty much all over my face, and it's so beautiful. The powders in here are just so beautiful. If you guys have used this palette or the palette before, you know what I'm talking about. It's just that really soft, fine By Terry powder. It's gorgeous. And there is that By Terry rose scent in here. So just to warn you, if you're not into that, you're not going to be into this product, and actually many By Terry products. But this one does have a rose scent to it. So I just want to let you know. And then in terms of blush, I've been using a lot of old favorites that I've mentioned already, like the Tom Ford blush duos. Still going strong with those. You guys know how much I love those blushes. They just melt onto the skin. They're absolutely gorgeous. But a new one for this month is, and I should just mention this entire collection here, but the Chantecaille Holiday Pearl collection. So this is the blush that I have on today. This is the one that's in the shade Akoya. So this is Akoya, bright pink. And this is that fantastic gel powder formula that Chantecaille has. It's this really like creamy to the touch, creamy application, but it is a powder too. It's so interesting. It's like you have to experience it to believe it, but it applies so beautifully and it has the most gorgeous sheen. I do also have the highlighter on as well, so that's what you see up here. But the sheen over my actual cheeks right here, oh, it's just stunning. And I love this shade. It is like a winter flush. Like if you've gone out for a walk in the cold, that's what I feel like this blush gives you, is that particular flush. So that is the Akoya blush. And then the highlight, the Pearl Lumiere highlight. Now this is what I have on my cheeks, and it's this guy that everyone's been talking about. Beautiful packaging with the pearls on the lid. And there's been some discussion in my comment section, I know in some other YouTuber videos, like I mentioned, All Feisty talked about this collection. Check her out, by the way, if you haven't already. And she talked about how she thought this was different, and then I think someone did a live stream with someone from Chantecaille, and they said it was different. It may be a little bit different, but I would say once you get it on your cheeks, it's probably imperceptible, the difference. I feel like they perform the same. I do have the older version, and I'm talking about the De Gournay highlighter that they came out with last year or 2 years ago. I've completely lost track of time. I think 2 years ago at this point. The imprint is exactly the same. And it is like, it really is so similar. So if there is a difference, I mean, I can barely tell. The color is, to me, the color is so similar. It is a cool toned pink. The finish of it is like this very beautiful satin. It's not really super metallic. It just has this gorgeous smooth sheen. And I had the same experience with the De Gournay one. So I think they're pretty much the same. No real strong difference. It's not like I swatched this one and was like, whoa, like what's going on here? I think they're very close. And when I looked at the ingredient listing for both, they were the same. The listing was the same. So anyway, gorgeous highlight. Absolutely love it. And I love this satin sheen. It's definitely the mood that I'm in terms of highlighters for the fall, winter, or maybe just kind of permanently. I feel like I love a bright highlight every once in a while, but it's definitely not my everyday go-to kind of highlight look anymore. So that's the Pearl Lumiere highlight from the Chantecaille Holiday Pearl Collection. And while I'm at it, I don't have this on my eyes, but this is the single eyeshadow in Baroque that came out with this collection. And it is gorgeous. It is like a multi-chrome. Yeah, because it goes from like bronze to a purple, and you'll see it, hopefully you'll see it in this swatch here. And oh, it's just stunning. It looks so beautiful. And in the pan, it looks fairly deep, but once you get it on the eyes, because I think it has that reflect, it just looks really, I don't know, it just looks very otherworldly, very beautiful. So those are the Chantecaille Holiday Pearl Collection pieces that I wanted to mention, because the whole collection is beautiful. It's just those 3 pieces. Okay, so that was highlight. Nothing really new for eyebrows. I'm still going really strong with the Persona Swipe Up Brows. That's what I have in my brows today. Eyeshadow. I have a lot of eyeshadows to talk about. Now, I tried to put as many of these eyeshadows on as I could on my eyelids, so you know, I couldn't make a good representation of all of these eyeshadows, but I tried. So first we have the Westman Atelier iPod in Rendezvous. And I have the shade, which one? Bisou, on the inner portion of my lids. This is the really pretty peachy shade. And it just does a really nice job kind of like brightening up and highlighting the inner portion of my lid. So that's what I have. And the other 3 colors in this iPod set is Bon Chance, which is this khaki green. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I wanted to use this today, but I decided on something else. And then Frappe, which is a deeper brown. These iPods, you guys know how much I love these iPods. And this one, you know, I've been trying to figure out, not that I need to, but I've been trying to figure out like which one is my favorite. I think Le Jour, which is the daytime one. I think that one is still my favorite, but this is definitely a close second, if not a tie. Anyway, the Westman Atelier iPods in Rendezvous, gorgeous, love them. And again, I have Bisou on the inner portion of my lids. And then I have the Viseart Kashmiri Étendue palette on the rest of my eyes. So this is fairly new to me, but I have fallen in love with this palette. So I have this shade on the center portion of my lid here, and then I have this shade down here on the outer corner of my lid. And this shade down here is actually quite surprising in, I think it's deeper on my lids than it looks in the pan here. So that's what I use to kind of deepen up my outer corners. And if you guys caught my Instagram post where I talk about this palette, that is what I have on the outer corners of my eyes as well, as this shade down here. Just gorgeous. And these Viseart shadows, like all Viseart shadows, they just work so beautifully. They just blend so beautifully. The finish of them are so beautiful. They're just really like strong, like workhorse kind of shadows. They never ever disappoint. And this entire palette is stunning, absolutely stunning. This is just such the perfect, I don't know, mood, I guess. And I think I mentioned this in my last favorites, but we're seeing a lot of these like cranberry shades, and they're just so, I don't know, they're just so pretty. They're so like this fall season, this kind of like mulled wine cranberry shade. So here are some swatches of this, because I know I haven't really talked about this palette yet in any of my videos, but here are some swatches, and I swatched from left to right, top to bottom. First we have Bubbles, then we have Laughter, Feather, Pearls, Burlesque, Flapper, Bootlegger, Jazz, Roaring, 20s, Retro, and Cigar. Those are the 12 shades in here. Oh, just beautiful. And if you've been curious about Viseart shadows, these Étendue palettes are really a great place to start. These and the little ones that they have with the 8 pans, or the littler ones with the 12 pans. They have all these different sizes, but these are wonderful. These pans actually pop out. So if you're interested in just maybe carrying a couple with you or whatever, when you're traveling, you can pop these out, or you can mix and match all of your different Viseart palettes. But if you've never tried them before, this actually I think is a great one to start with, because I think there are so many neutral to cool tones in here, which I think are so flattering. The next eyeshadow palette I want to talk about is the Bobbi Brown Luxe Precious Metals eyeshadow palette. Look how pretty this is. It's so like perfect for the holidays. It's so shimmery. They're like metallic shades that I can get down with. They're not like super duper nuts, but they are very, very metallic. And I see myself using this as like one and done shadows, or pairing it with some neutrals, some like matte neutrals, and then giving the look a pop of metallic. So here are the swatches for this palette. And again, I went from left to right, top to bottom. So first we have Top of the Rock, Glistening City, Gilded Pink, Skyline Shimmer, Rose Garnet, Gunmetal, Downtown Heat, and Antique Bronze. I mean, every shade is just so gorgeous. They all have the same finish. They're all like the highest sort of brightness you can get with like a satin, I guess you would say. I feel like they're not foily, but they're just really metallic, really shiny, and I just think they're so festive looking. So I've just been really enjoying this palette, and look how pretty this packaging is. So gorgeous. All right, and the last eyeshadows I want to mention are the 2 Dior Quints. They came out for holiday. I love these, you guys. This House of Dreams, yeah, number 739. This is the cooler toned one with the silver in the middle. This is stunning. I've been wearing this almost nonstop. I've been wearing this shade with this shade. Sometimes I'll add the silver. I'll use this as liner. I'm just having a lot of fun with these like cooler tone palettes. But that's not to take away from this Atelier Doré Quint, which is really just gorgeous. And I love that these 2 shades that they included are kind of neutral. They're not like too warm. This one's a little bit warm. Obviously the gold in the middle is a little bit warm. And then this matte brown is like a neutral tone. It's just gorgeous, and they just work really well together. So I've just been loving these, and I love the formula of these Dior shadows. They're just so easy to work with. And I don't know if you guys caught my latest vlog, but I am doing a giveaway of these two quints. I keep saying quads. I'm doing a giveaway of these two quints plus one of the Diorific lipsticks. So definitely check out that vlog if you're interested in entering. I think that giveaway ends tomorrow, so definitely check it out. But I wanted to mention these two quints because they're just beautiful, beautiful. Dior has been knocking it out of the park. Like the Birds of a Feather collection I thought was incredible. This holiday collection I thought was really incredible. I probably should have mentioned the blush that they came out with for holiday. There's just so much makeup. But that blush is really gorgeous, and yeah, I just think they've been killing it. Speaking of Dior, I'm going to move on from eyeshadow, but speaking of Dior, I have some of their eyeliner on, and I mentioned this in my top 3 products video, and the Dior eyeliners, I mean, they stay put. They're like a gel liner. You know, there's a lot of gel liners out there. They all behave really nicely, but the shades that Dior keeps coming out with are just incredible. And it was Birds of a Feather where I really fell in love with them. But for holiday, they've come out with, what are these called? Sparkling Brown and Sparkling Taupe. And I have Sparkling Taupe down here on my waterline. And I also tightlined with it. And it's deep enough to just give me a little something. So here are swatches of the 2 shades. So Sparkling Brown is the deeper of the 2. But do you see like the really beautiful like complexity in the shades? And this is just eyeliner. And I think what's so incredible is from far away and probably on camera, you can't really see like the little nuances in the eyeliner, but up close, you can definitely see what's going on. And so it's almost like this little like secret, like, you know, you can only see it when you're kind of up close to the person. And it's just really pretty. I've just been loving them. And like I mentioned, they just wear really well. They're gel liner, long lasting, really amazing. The colors are really special. Nothing new in terms of mascara. Just been loving the same ones I've been loving for a long time now. But I have a lot of lip products. So let's jump into lips. And let me just tell you what concoction I have on my lips today, because this is what I've been wearing in a lot of my Instagram photos. And so many of you have been asking me like, what's on your lips? So basically I just grab a Natasha Denona lip liner, any one. The one I think I've been grabbing the most lately is Dana. So that's what I have on my lips today. And I pretty much just line my lips and then I color them in. And then I have been loving the Louboutin So Glow lipsticks. These lipsticks, the formula is like nothing I've ever felt before. They are not just like, ooh, these are creamy. They are beyond creamy, but they're not balmy, because balmy to me is there's like a little thickness to balmy. They're not like a gloss in a stick. That to me is like a little bit looser. There's just something extra creamy about these lipsticks. They just, I mean, when I tried them on for you guys, you probably saw my reaction. These are just incredible. And I love the colors that I got. So this one is Crazy Pale. It's just great. That's what I have on over the Natasha Denona Dana lip liner. And then, you know, one of the shades that I got is actually in my purse. So it's one of those. It's a purse lipstick, so you know I love it. And then this color that I got is incredible. So this one is orange. I can't remember the actual name. Hold on. Orange something. There's not a lot of shades in the line that are this bright, so I think you'd be able to tell which one it is. But this is orange something. I love this shade. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm definitely going to be whipping this out for the holidays. So these lipsticks are part of this refillable line that Louboutin has come out with. And I have the red one. Again, that's in my purse. But I got all 3 of the cases because I love how fun they are. And you can get like charms for them or something, which I didn't bother with. But they are refillable. So you can just pop them out and get different colors. So you only need 1 case if that's all you want. But I had to have them all. And then what I have on top of all of that is the Tom Ford Gloss Luxe Lip Gloss in the buff. And I think this made an appearance in my last month's favorites. I think so. If not, it should have been. I love this lip gloss. Quite often, if I don't have a lipstick near me, I will just use the lip liner and put the lip gloss on top. And I've been doing that almost like every single day. All right, so that is what I have on my lips, but there have been so many amazing lipstick releases lately. I'm just gonna mention them quickly. I won't bore you for too long, but the Bobbi Brown Luxe Defining Lipstick, I've been loving Rococo and Terracotta. And let me just swatch these for you. So this one is Terracotta. Oh, love that red. I'm just loving this like burnt red that I feel like so many companies are coming out with. And then here is Rococo, which is just a little bit deeper. It has a bit more brown in there versus red. And look at that pigmentation. These Luxe Defining lipsticks are so amazing. I love this like pointy tip, really easy to use. These are fairly long lasting. They definitely last through one meal. They wore off definitely after the second meal. I'm just trying to think, I wore them all day once. They definitely wore off after like the second meal, but after the first meal, they looked pretty good. So anyway, those are the Luxe Defining lipsticks from Bobbi Brown. And then this lip product, oh my God, I love it so much. So this is the Giorgio Armani Lip Power lipsticks. And I got the shade Sultan 405. I'm like, I love this product so much, I'm angry. This is, look at this color. I mean, just stop it. Just stop it. And this is also a long wear lipstick, but it has like a satin creamy finish to it. And it's so comfortable on the lips. It is long wearing and it is like a satin creamy lipstick. It's really just so interesting. It's such an interesting formula because I don't know, whenever I use something this creamy and this satin looking and feeling, it doesn't usually last that long, but this lasted through a couple meals. So this is amazing. And I've actually put a whole bunch of other colors in my cart for the Sephora VIB event. I'm very excited. So that is one that I had to mention. And then of course, Lisa Eldridge. I just pulled out Dragon. Like I love all of the shades that she's come out with. They're all incredible. But this Dragon lip gloss, I feel like it was made for me. I love this shade. So I feel like this is the gloss version of this Sultan color, right? Oof. Love it. And this formula, I've talked about it before, but I'll say it again. This formula of Lisa Eldridge's lip gloss is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I actually physically see like the little lines in my lips. I actually see them like plump up and fill up after I use her lip gloss. They're so nourishing. And when I say plumping, it's not like, you know, it's one of those like minty lip glosses that just irritates your lips. It doesn't have any of that. It literally is very nourishing for your lips. And I see my lips just look fuller. Incredible. And then I pulled out Velvet Cinnabar. I think unfortunately all these are sold out, but look at this color. Look at that Velvet Cinnabar. It's this one right here. I mean, look at all these shades. Oh, all these burnt reds. Oof, so good. So good. I love them all. So this is Lisa Eldridge. This is Bobbi Brown's Terracotta, Bobbi Brown's Rococo, the Armani Sultan Lip Power, and then this one is the Gloss Embrace in Dragon. All right, and last but not least, I wanted to mention the Guerlain meteorites that they came out with for holiday. What's the actual name? Gold Pearls. And I'm gonna apply this with you guys because seeing is believing. I love meteorites. All the meteorites do this. They, you know, if you buff them in as a finishing powder, they just leave your skin looking like quite literally pearly, like one of these pearls. This gold pearl for holiday has a little bit more shimmer to it than the straight up regular meteorites that are part of Guerlain's regular line, but it's not too much. And I feel like so long as you buff it in and you work away any of the like loose micro glitters, you just get a really gorgeous sheen with just a few of the little micro glitters are left over, but it's not overbearing. And you guys know I'm not really into micro glitters on my cheek. So I like to use my Sonia G It's the Face One brush, but she changed the name. Buffer Pro. I think Buffer Pro is the new name. So Buffer Pro, her smooth buffer brush, these are definitely the best brushes I've experienced in terms of a finishing powder, like the meteorites, but you can use, like Chantecaille has this buff and blur. So anything that's like a dense flat top brush that'll really allow you to like work the product in, oof, you're gonna love the effect that it has. So I'm just gonna dip my Face One brush in here. And these pearls have a little bit of pigment to them, not too much. And I like to stamp. The lid's catching it. I'm gonna stamp and then buff. Like, it makes your skin look so smooth and pearly, almost glass-like. And every time I do this motion, I've said this before, you know, in those large office buildings that have marble floors, and at night, the guy comes along on that little, I'm gonna call it a Zamboni. I don't think it is because it's not on ice, but it has like the buffing wheels at the bottom and it just makes the marble look so smooth and shiny. That's what this does. Oh, look at that. And if you buff over your bronzer, blush, highlight, you get rid of any kind of separate like stripes you may have. Just, oh, you buff it all together. So there it is, buffed in. I love it. Now, if you don't want any kind of like shimmer or shine, I would definitely recommend the regular meteorites. That will just give you a really nice pearly sheen, but you have to buff them out because you will end up like, there's little remnants, I think, of like a shimmer in the regular ones, but if you buff, you're just left with like a pearly sheen. All right, that is it for my monthly favorites. Let me know down below in the comment section what products you've been loving this past month or the recent past. Love to hear from you. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.